Hello and thank you for watching this YIM tutorial, and today we're going to talk about SMS alerts and give you some hints and tips on how to set it up and on how to use it as well. And there's a reason for that, because obviously what you don't want is to be depleting your SMS allowance prematurely. You don't want to use them up too fast. You don't want to be sending SMS alerts by accident, because obviously that could be worrisome to the recipients. So it's just really to take you through some good practice for SMS with your YIM ID product. So without further ado, let's first of all we'll log in just in case we need to demonstrate anything. So from the home page, as usual, click on update my profile, and then we shall just log in. And I'll just leave this page here because what I've got in the background here is the SMS alerts, hints and tips blog page. So this was a page that we put together some time ago. It's really just to say that obviously on the platinum profile you have 10 SMS text alerts to use up per month, which should be ample for genuine emergencies and of course testing, which we recommend that you do. If you're on the silver service, which has been boosted for the 90-day period, then you'll get just 5 SMS alerts to use within that period. So even more caution needs to be paid really to this, because obviously you want to make them last as long as possible. So let's have a quick look. So the following hints and tips help you make the most of your monthly SMS allowance, and there's a link there to setting up SMS alerts correctly. Now there is another video tutorial called how to set up SMS alerts, which I'd recommend that you watch. You can get that from our YouTube channel. The second point there is consider whether you really need both of your emergency contacts to receive alerts in the event of an emergency. So is it absolutely necessary that both people, both of your contacts need to receive the alerts, or could one or the other receive the alerts? The third point is make sure that you discuss this feature with your emergency contacts so that they're aware that what the service is, what the text message means, and what they should do if they were to receive a genuine alert. Because the wording on the text message obviously is it's non-specific. It just really tells people that your profile has been accessed, and obviously unless you're testing your ID product or it's a genuine emergency, then really there would be no other purpose for anyone to access your profile. So really it's that they understand what the service is, what the text message means, and what they would do if they was to receive an alert. Do they live local? How would they get in touch with you, etc.? That's really your plan to kind of discuss and draw up with your emergency contacts. Okay, so the third tip is remember to turn off your SMS text messages if you intend to test your profile, to avoid your emergency contacts receiving an alert that may alarm them unnecessarily. So what that means is that if you are going to just quickly type in your ID number into the YIM system just to kind of double check that everything's working, that you're happy with your information, maybe check that a medication's there and been added, then you'd want to just log in first and turn the text messages off. In fact, by logging in you could check that information anyway. And the other thing about logging in is whilst you're logged into your profile, then SMS alerts won't be triggered to your emergency contacts in any case. So really the best thing to do is to log in and check the information. However, I do understand that you would always want to check if you're an NFC user, you might want to check that the NFC tag is still working. So there is purpose in just logging in, unclicking the SMS text alerts for each emergency contact, saving that information, and then doing the test and checking. Okay, the next point is it's a good idea to have an action plan in place with your emergency contacts so that they know what to do if they receive an SMS text alert. Now, we've kind of already covered that anyway, but it's something that it's a good idea to think about this and to discuss it with your contacts. Do they come round? Do they jump in the car, pop round to visit? Do they perhaps phone someone else who's nearby? And this is really a local decision and a local conversation that needs to take place, because obviously sometimes we have users in with emergency contacts in different countries, so obviously it's not just as easy as hopping on a flight and seeing if that person's okay. So that's a local conversation that needs to be had, I think, and it's a good practice to have that dialogue with your emergency contacts. And then lastly, if you need to top up with more SMSs, if you've used your allowance, your 10 for the month or your 5, then we can arrange to add more to your account. So you can always contact YIM customer services just to kind of discuss that. And that's it really. We'll just have a quick look on the setting up, just to see if there's any other tips that I'd like to mention as part of this hints and tips tutorial. You can find this information on the YIM Help Centre. I think that these 3 bullets here are quite important. So it's really, I did make the point there that SMS alerts are not sent whilst you're logged into your profile, but of course they are sent when you are logged out of your profile, or rather not logged in. The next point is really important. If you've been testing your profile and you leave the page on your browser, then the next time, if that's on a mobile device, for example, the next time you connect to Wi-Fi or to your mobile data, there's a good chance that that page will refresh. If you've got an SMS alert set up, then that could trigger an SMS to be sent to your emergency contact. And that's because, of course, the refreshing of the page is calling the information again, and therefore this could be days later potentially. So really what this bullet is telling us is make sure that when you've finished testing that you close all browser windows on any devices used to access your profile once you've finished your checks. Let me highlight that. I'll say it again. It's vital that you close all browser tabs on any device used for accessing your profile once you've finished your checks, because obviously the next time you connect, if you've left that window there with your information on it, then that can refresh and trigger an SMS alert to your emergency contact, and that can be quite worrying and concerning. The next bullet point is always notify and discuss your use of the service with your selected emergency contact, so they're fully aware of the service. We've said this already, that they know what to do if they receive an alert, and it's a good idea to have a plan in place with your emergency contact. So there we go, slightly longer than usual tutorial, but some hints and tips there on using the SMS text alerts for your YIM emergency ID product. Thanks very much for watching.